Good evening, everyone. We are having another session with Srinivasan sir. Those who don't know him, he is director of Saraswati Institute. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. He is the director of Saraswati Research Center and also president of Ramasetu Production Movement of India, and also member of the board of the directors of the World Association for Vedic Studies. Welcome, sir. Today we are having another session with you. I'm giving the panel to you. Please continue, sir. If you will need anything, let me know. I will be in the backstage.
Okay, namaskaram. Namaskar. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyaramam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Mesada. Namaskar. We'll go through the presentation, which is extraordinary. The pinnacle of visual language is achieved on this seal. The key component of the entire presentation is the messaging around the image of the tiger. And a group of tigers are signified by the extraordinary artistic device of joining, entwining the body of the tiger. This kind of a messaging system, which can be seen on the top right seal, which shows three bodies of the tiger entwined together. The artificer is seeking to convey the message of Meluha expression, śālika, village of metalwork artificers. Śālika. What is a cāli? Cāli is an interlocking of bodies. It's a remarkable expression. Interlocking of bodies. This particular word, cāli, is attested in Indian typography. The word for the tiger is kul in Santali. Kul is tigress, tiger. The similar sounding word is kol. Kol, working an iron. Kolami in Telugu, smithy or a forge. So the expression that's sought to be communicated is kol śālika, entwined tiger bodies, which signifies the village of iron smelter artificers. In Tamil, the word is śālikai, possibly related to the Sanskritam expression jalaka, a bag, a gel made of entwined wiring to create a bag. So the word śālikai in Telugu jaliya, Kannada jalige, Karnataka jalige, Malayalam śālika means a money bag. In Tamil, the meaning is given as Panappai, Maligayum, Panachaligayum, in Sundar Alangaram 78 in Tamil. So the artistry of the three tigers entwined body is intended to signify on M295 seal of entwined tigers. And this entwined tiger is shown individually looking back on seal H1395, which can be seen clearly on the black image of the tiger, together with other animals. On the other side of the seal, M1395, is another construction of the idea of entwining bodies with a number of maybe about 5 or 6 tiger heads into a dance. Yeah, an artistic expression of entwining, joining together of bodies. Now let us look at one part of the part A of the 1165, which gives a little more detail of the composition of the tiger and the other animals together, and also some kind of a text expression also. The horns of the two bulls on the topmost register show a fusion of two bisons or bulls. And the middle register, there is a rhinoceros. And the horns of the bull are fused with the body of a crocodile in the middle. On the right of the crocodile is a monkey that looks back. So two bulls, rhinoceros, crocodile, monkey looking back. In the bottom register, we have the elephant and the tiger that looks back. And in between, there's also possibly a standing person with spread legs. Let us go through each of these images. The crocodile is kara, crocodile. Similar sounding word is kar, blacksmith. Next animal is, the next the imaging is that of a kramara, looking back in Telugu. Kramara, looking back. Similar sounding word is kamar, smith. So together with the tiger which looks back on the bottom is kola, tiger. Kol, kolle, blacksmith. Kolhe, coal smelter. So kamar, smith, and smelter. Kol, kamar. So he is a smelter and he is a smith. Yeah, the third is karaba, trunk of an elephant, or iba, elephant. Simple sounding word is karba, iron, ib, iron, ibo, merchant. The fourth component of imaging is rhinoceros in the middle register, kanda, rhinoceros. Simple sounding word is kanda, implements. The monkey is kutaru, monkey. Similar sounding word is kutaru, armorer. The armorer also is looking back, says smith, smith armorer. Then sixth item is, there are two of the bulls, dulat, two. Similar sounding word, dul, metal casting in Santali. Then the bull also could be signified by dangar, bull. Similar sounding word, dangar, blacksmith. Another signifier for the bull is, or bison is, barada, balat, ox. Similar sounding word is barata, baran, in Bengali, in Punjabi. Fictitious alloy of copper, pewter, and tin. So some kind of metalwork related to copper, pewter, iron, and merchandise, sought to be signified by the images. Then the horn, which is the centerpiece of the artistic composition, is kodu, irons, horns. Similar what is called wordplace. And there seems also to be at the bottom a trough, a feeding trough. Pattar, trough. Similar sounding word is Pattaraka, merchant, Pattaraka. Or Pattar, guild, goldsmith. Batudu, goldsmith guild. There is also a possibility that the standing person is sought to be signify the spread legs in dual. Karnaka is a dual word in Atharva Veda. Two spread legs. Two spread legs. Who is a Karnaka? Similar sounding word is Karnaka, helmsman, a boatman. The animal shown on the bottom right is the tiger looking back. Based on the narrative seen on seal M295, which is shown on the top of right-hand side images of 4 tigers. The topmost tiger is the entwined tiger, seal M295. We'll go through each of these seals related to the tiger. Two of these seals show a tiger in front of a feeding trough, which is also shown on M1195, 1395, sorry. Okay, so this is a very complex artistic presentation. So the artist, the artificer, the artisan is seeking to signify a fantastic image of the village of artisans, artificers, who seem to be working with metalwork. This is the broad expression of the imaging. So we will go through it in great detail in about 50 plus slides to explain the incredible artistry of the presentation on the tiny seals who are trying to, the artist is trying to present a very precise message, which is his Meluha language, which is the Desi Bhasha, guild speech. Okay. So this is the background. Next, please. The background of the coral tiger has to be seen in the context of a fantastic discovery that has just been reported in February 2025 by the Department of Archaeology, Tamil Nadu, in a very extraordinary presentation called, the document is called Antiquity of Iron. It's a very short document, about 70 plus pages. Shows how the iron work was documented and presented in the artifacts that are found archaeologically in a number of sites. Mailadurai, Mailambarai, Adichanallur, and Shivagalai, signifying that the iron tool work was dated to about 3519 to 3371 before Common Era. And we have incredible imagery showing a person who is perhaps a standing person, almost like a giant, on a seal, on a tablet with about 3 sides, showing Karana, the rim of a jar, with inserted with sal. Sal means a splinter, 2 small strokes, which is sal, the sounding word, workshop. So Karana, trade workshop of the smith, holding a staff on his right shoulder, like the smith of the Sanchi Torana, of the mint in charge, got guild master. So the office of the artificers is Shala, the two small strokes in the Indus corpora. So the Harappa seal 1150 on three sides, showing a blacksmith and one sign, a composite sign, rim of a jar with two inserted strokes. We have the iron implements documented in this Antiquity of Iron document. Some kind of axes or cherds, and possibly some swords of iron or steel. And then on the right side, I have given a very beautiful rendering in an old Tamil text called Purananuru 201, written by Kapila. The hero of the poem is a person called Irgo Velir of the Velir tradition. And in summary, the poem of Purananuru 201 seeks the glory of this great Irgo Velir and describes where he comes from. Okay? He comes from Tuvarai. Tuvarai is Dwaraka. And he also explains in this beautiful text, gives historical information that he belongs to the legacy of Velir, the Velas, who ruled Dwaraka. And they were 49 generations from the date of this text of Kapila. So we can make a guess about the date of the text of the Sangam age and go back 49 generations. We can say maybe about 50 years per each generation. So 49 generations will add 2,400 years to the date of the text. The text is dated about 500 BC. The date of the Velir in Dwaraka is likely to be about 3,000 before Common Era. Or if you have a more conservative estimate of 40 years per generation, it will date us back to 2,260 before Common Era. The Velir job shown to be working in Dwaraka, Tuvarai with copper and making copper pots, copper fortifications. This is what the Purananuru text explains in Tamil. Okay, so this is background. Archaeological, literary, and the inscription that we have seen on the Indus seals, on the first seal of a tiger, entwined tiger. Then the tuft in front of the tiger and a list of animals associated with the tiger. So a group of people are working in a guild in a village of artificers, producing some metalwork, possibly related to copper and other metals. A documentation which is given in the Tamil text can be related to this Antiquity of Iron recorded in the archaeological report of Tamil Nadu of Department of Archaeology, and also matched with the interscript of the seals that we are talking about. We'll go through it in detail. Next, please. Now we will spend little time on this great Tamil text, Purananuru, which talks about 49 generations of Velir who ruled from Dwaraka, copper forts. We are possibly dating it to 2260 before Common Era. இவர் யார் என்குவை ஆயின் இவரே ஊருடன் இவர்வர்க்கு ஆருளி தேருடன் முல்லைக்கு ஈத்த செல்லா நல்லிசை படுமணி யானை புறப்போன் கோமான் நெடும்பா பாரி மகளிர் யானே. தந்தை தோழன் இவர் என் மகளிர், they are my daughters. அந்தணன் புலவன் கொண்டு வந்தனே நீயே வடபால் முனிவன் தடவினுள் தோன்றி செம்பு புனைந்து இயற்றிய சேனெடும் புரிசை உவரா ஈகை துவரை ஆண்டு 49 வழிமுறை வந்த வேளிருள் வேளே விரல் போர் அண்ணல் தார் அடியாலை செட்டு இறங்குவரவே. ஆண்கணன் உடையமை ஆண்கணன் ஆற்றிய ஒளியர் கண்ணி புரிகடிமால் யான் தர இவரை கொன்மதி வான் குவித்து இருங்கடல் அடுத்து இவ்வகைத்து அருந்திரல் என்படும் பால்வரை கிழவர் வெண்மேல் உடலூர் உட்கும் தானை கடல் அருங்கிய நாடே கிழவாயே. This is Purnāru 201, verse 20. Let us translate it into English. Purnāru 201 is ended by poet Kapila, who sang to King Irungovel in the Tinai Padan Thurai Parisil. That is the framework of the text, literary text. If you ask who they are his daughters. He have granted towns to those who came in need and earned great fame for gifting a chariot to a jasmine vine to climb. He who owned elephants with jiggling bells, the Lord of Parambu, the great King Pari. Pari is a great king. They are my daughters now. They are my daughters. As for me, I am their father's friend, a Brahmin, a poet who has brought them here. He has brought those girls. You are the best Velir of the Velir clan in Govil, with a heritage of 49 generations of Velir, who gave with love to those in need, who ruled Tavarai. Tavarai is Dwaraka, with a fort with tall, huge walls that were made of copper, whose ancestors appeared in the sacrificial pit of a northern sage, Kapila. O king who is victorious in battle. There is the song. So now what does it say? The imagery related to the artificers' work of 49 generations of Velir located in Dwaraka. There they were ruling in forts made of copper. 49 generations, the legacy of 49 generations, dating back to King Pari. Pari was the earliest king possibly. And from that generation, these girls are brought, that generation is the legacy. And this Brahmin, who is the poet, Kapila, talks about the daughters. That's fantastic presentation. So why this great song? Because it's a historical memory that is remembering. And while he is praising Irungovel for his munificence, he says, now I have got my princess daughters. They are my daughters. I will take care of them. This is the story, okay? And we now get, but it's historical information that copper was made into Varai. And copper was used for fortifications. Next, please. Now let's look at the Harappa seal, which contains this composition of the rim of jar. This is sign 342. Which is the key imagery in the entire script. It is the most frequent pictograph that appears in 9,000 plus inscriptions. Rim of a jar is Karanam. And similar sounding word is Karanam accounting system. Where is this word Karanam mentioned? In another Tolkappiyam, Purnadikaram, 145. We saw in Purananduru, there is reference to Irungoved coming from copper. And here in another Tamil text, Tolkappiyam, Purnadikaram, 145. So what it says? Oyum Vazhuvum Thonriya Pinnar, Ayyar Yathanar Karanam Enba. A Brahmin like Kapila, a scholar, says, these scholars evolved a system called Karanam. It's an accounting system. Why was this system designed? It was designed because during the trade activities in commerce and maritime trade activity, when lines and inaccuracies began to appear in maritime trade transactions, it became necessary to introduce a documenting system. And the documenting system is called Karanam. So the Karanam documenting system was composed by these scholars, which is the Induscript corpora. Is by submission. And what is the language? The language is Mlecha, Meluha, which is the guild speech of the guild workers working with Melaka, copper company. Meluha, Mlecha Mukha is also copper workers, metal workers. So guild of metal workers. Accounting system designed by them. So this is called Mlechita Vikalpa by Vasyayana, where he lists about 64 arts, including one art called Mlechita Vikalpa, which is cipher system, cipher writing system. So the Karanam is equivalent with Mlechita Vikalpa, which is a writing system, a cipher. So the accounting system of Karanam is a cipher writing system called Mlechita Vikalpa, according to Sayan's Kakama Sutra, which lists 64 arts. One of the arts is called Mlechita Vikalpa. That is Mlechas, Meluhas, metal workers, Melakas, company of copper workers, creating a documentation system using a cipher called Mlechita Vikalpa. Okay. This is the Meluha writing system. So it was designed. It was designed to document trade transactions. It can be tested. That's how the accounting system evolved. Next, please. Now, who are these traders? Mlecha traders. So there is a seal called the Inishu cylinder seal, which is the most important evidence we have, a Rosetta Stone in Akkadian language, which records a person called Shu Inishu sitting on the lap of the merchant of Akkadia, who calls himself the interpreter of the language of Meluha. Who are the Meluha? The two traders, one man and one woman, trying to deal in copper transactions and metal transactions of tin with the Akkadian merchant, who is getting the message from the Meluha traders, translated by the interpreter, Shu Inishu. So this is the evidence of Meluha speakers on the Shu Inishu cylinder seal with a Akkadian cuneiform inscription, which reads, Eme Bal Meluha Ki. Shu Inishu, interpreter of the language of Meluha. This is what the Akkadian inscription reads in Akkadian cuneiform text. So Meluha Ki stands for Meluha Melaka country. And this cylinder seal is found in Louvre Museum, reference AO 22310. So the Meluhan speech is called Deshi Bhasha, guild speech. This required an interpreter because it's not Akkadian, it's non-Akkadian speech. It's Meluha speech. It required an interpreter, amiable Meluha. Who are these Meluhas? They are signified by two remarkable visual images of the traders. One trader, the man, is carrying a goat held on his hand, and on the right hand he is lifting it up, Yaraka, upraised hand. Yaraka, metal casting. He's a metal caster. For what? The goat. Telugu, Meka is goat. Meluha. Meka. So what's it up? Mlecha, Mukha. Mlecha, Melha, Melha, copper. So he's a copper trader. Then the lady accompanying him carries her signifier symbol, a rimless pot, liquid measure. Ranku is liquid measure. Similar sounding word Ranku means tin ore. So tin, copper merchants. These are the two tin and copper merchant couple trading with the Meluha, the Arcadian trader, who is assisted by Shu, the interpreter of the Meluha language. Okay. Next, please. Now, let us go through the evidence of the Indus script. Now we are dealing with tiger. Tiger in front of a trough, feeding trough on these four seals. H94, M290, M289, Chanudara seal C17 on the right side. Where on C17, the tiger is in front of a person kneeling down, almost in adoration of the tiger. So 5 seals, 4 seals with the feeding trough, and 1 seal with a person sitting down. It almost becomes a symbol of a signs of the Indus script. A kneeling down person in adoration. So Pattar is the feeding trough. Same word Pattar signifies an adorant. So on Chandivara seal 77, we see a Pattar, adorant devotee. And on the 4 seals of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, on 3 seals of Mohenjo-daro, M290, M289, H94. We see the tiger in front of the feeding trough. When Chanudara seal 17, we see the tiger in front of the adorant. Who is the adorant? Who is the feeding trough? Pattar. Feeding trough. Similar sounding word Pattar means goldsmith guild. Paturu in Telugu. He's a smelter merchant. Because Kol is tiger, Kol is a working in iron. Kolhe is a smelter. Kol is working in iron and alloy metals. The signs on top of the seals presents the information about iron. Iron, which is signified in the Antiquity of Iron document of Department of Archaeology, Tamil Nadu, 2025. And the iron work, which results in Muha furnace produce, which produces that sign shown on that remarkable seal. M289 with a standing person holding on his hand the sign, which is like a lozenge, which exactly compares with the translation of the expression of Matandali, Muhammad, iron smelted by coalesce and formed into an equilateral lump, little pointed at each of 4 ends. So that pointed end is iron smelted. from an iron smelter. The patthar in front of the tiger on the three seals can be seen from the expressions in a number of languages. In Tamil, patthal, wooden bucket, or patthar, wooden trough for feeding animals. Patti, bathing tub, watering trough. Kannada, pati, basin for water round the foot of a tree. Pati, trough for bathing tub, spout, drain. Telugu, padi, padu, basin for water around the foot of a tree. So we can see how you can explain how the tree in a hedge or tree in a basin. The tree is the kuti is the smelter. So we can see that is the tree in a hedge is somehow related to this padi word, which is water around the foot of a tree, pati. A little bowl. In Sindhi, it's pottery, large earth or wooden dish. And Sindhi word, another patroto is a wooden trough. In Landa, patri, earth kneading dish. Punjabi, patar, vessel. Patram. Parat, paratra, large wooden kneading vessel. Patar, pratar, wooden vessel. Gujarati, patru, wooden bowl. Patalu, brass cooking pot. Parat, circular dish. Marathi, parat. Patelu, brass cooking pot. Parat, circular dish. Parat. Gujarati, Marathi. Sinhali, paya, vessel. Paya, patri. Sindhi, patar, round, shallow wooden vessel for kneading. Large plate for kneading duff. This is from entries from C dial 8055 and the Tamil Telugu entries from DEDR 4079. So that's both in Indo-Aryan languages and in the Santali tradition and the Indo-Aryan language traditions of given in the comparative dictionary of Indo-Aryan languages and the Dravidian dictionary of the Dravidian languages. The word is the same, pattar. What is the similar sounding word, pattar? Pattar means a merchant, artaka. A goldsmith, artaka community. In Sarasvati seal, you can see the wedding trough is replaced by pattar, who is a devotee, is an adherent. He is pattar. So the words thought to be conveyed by these composition of seals is a pattar, goldsmith guild, pattar merchants, artaka merchants, who are working with iron in smelters. This is a broad signification. And we can go through each of these signs given in the text script of these seals and relate them to the words of the Meluha in this composite language union called the Spragbund, a speech area where people working from different languages work together and absorb words from one another and made them their own. This is the definition of the linguistic area. So we are now dealing with the language, relating them to the inscriptions of the Indus script. Next, please. Let us look at the pictorial motif of the beautiful seal of H94. Kul is the tiger. Kulenga is the tigress in Santali language. Tiger is the pictorial motif. I submit that the visual images signify iron stone furnace producing burn ingots. So the sign that is shown on C17 is sign number 31. A standing person with spread legs, helmsman, holding this one ingot shape, which is muha, and inserted with a notch. A notch is khanda. Similar sound word is Kanda, implements. So, produce of iron ingots and also equipment made from these ingots. So let us look a little more deeper into this word related to coal, tiger. Kollan in Tamil means kol, blacksmith. Malayalam, kollan. In the text expression in Tamil is Karuman, Menron, Vidyolai Kollan, Perumban, 207. Kollan Kamalai is an expression. That is the mint of the kollats. Kamma kollats, Kammasala, Karmasala. Kamma comes from the word karma, Kamma. He is a coal worker. He is a Kollan Patarai worker. Kollan Patarai is Kollan and plus anvil. Patarai is anvil, workshop, smithy. Kollarai. Kollan Patarai, Patadai. Patadai is where work is done for metal work. We also relate to the word Patrato, Sindhi, which signifies a bedding trough. So Patrato, Patadai, Patadai, Pada, a metal manufacturing. Kullai Koda Tinal is the text expression in Tamil. Kumara Pera, Idineri 14. Sign 31 has got two components. Sign 1, which is the standing person, plus sign of 375, the oval shaped, produce or ingot with a notch inside. And there are some variants in the signs of Mahadevan corpus. I submit that this oval sign with pointed ends on both sides, like a one ingot, signifies Moha of Mahat, iron, the Santali language. Iron smelted by the coals will form into a nickel lump, little pointed to each end. This is the dictionary meaning. Mulmedat, Mulmedat, Muhammadat. Kula is a family. Kul is a tiger, Kula is a family. I have given these different expressions in Oriya, Kula, family, race, caste, sect, or a country. Kula, we have a village. So Kula Karani is a village accountant. Kul. Kul is a village, a collection of men. Kula. Kulam, Kul. So the tiger is a composite expression of the Kula. A group of men, collection of men, a village. So that's why śālika becomes a village of artisans. So the Oriya expression expands it into headman of a caste guild, is Kula. It's also a group of people who is headed by a caste guild headman. So the caste people of a particular trading profession, a particular profession of traditional lineage, name of what the calling is Kulamani. So he is the gem of the Kula. Kulamani, Kula. So the Kula word is expressed in Oriya as a section of the caste guild of the Hathuva Sudras. So such an incredible word, Kula, which gains semantic expansion as the word gets used in the language of Oriya. And of course, similar expressions can be found in all languages of our country, both Indo-Aryan, Mundarika, and Dravidian traditions of signifying a Kula, a village of artificers. Kula means a village of artificers, a collection of men. That's Kula. That's Kulam. So later on we get other aberrations of caste and all that. No, they're all relating to a Kula. Kulam. Kulam. So Kammara Kulam, Kamma Kulam, Karma Kulam of Karnikas. Kulakarnis, writers, scribes of the village. Scribe of the village. Kulakarni. Kul plus Karni. Karana. The name of a jar, trade, accounting. Kulkarni is a trade accountant. Okay, next please. Now again go back to the patar, feeding trough. And the adorant in front of the tiger, patar adorant, patar feeding trough, similar sounding word, patar, goldsmith guild, wooden bucket, and so on. Next please. Next please. Now let's go into the details of the patar. Patar is the feeding trough. Patar is a word derived from bhakta, a devotee. That's why he calls a patar is an adorant. Similar sounding word is patar. Perhaps similar to the vartaka, a cognate word, merchants. This is given in the Tamil lexicon of the University of Madras. Patar equivalent to vartaka, merchants. So the adorant and the feeding trough are all graphs. So a feeding trough can be replaced by a bhakta, a adorant signifier, sign, both signifying vartaka, merchants. Feeding trough and the adorant signifying patar, vartakas, merchants, or patar, guildsmith, gold, guild of guildsmiths. So the patar, wooden trough. So we have seen the expression patal used in Naladia 257 in Tamil. It also means a coconut shell or gourd used as a vessel. Udukai, patal. Then other word, same sounding word, homonym patar, is explained in the dictionary as derived from bhakta, devotee, adorants. And there is a text, Tiruvasakam, which uses the word in this meaning. Persons who are loyal to the god, king, or country. Desha Bhaktas. A group of Veerashaiva vegetarians are also called Patar. Pattan, a pious godly man. Patti Ullayan, a devotee, a votary or adherent of a religious group. According to Kadirvel Pillai dictionary. Again, University of Madras dictionary says Patar is equivalent to Vartaka, cognate, merchants. So Pattan is a caste of goldsmiths, according to Fabricius Tamil dictionary. Pattan, a goldsmith, as a form of respect. So is a title given to a Tatan. There is a goldsmith is given the word Pattan, according to Winslow Tamil dictionary. Patihara, Patiharu in Oriya, a family title of certain goldsmiths. Goldsmith title. Battudu in Telugu, a caste of title of goldsmiths. Pattar, Battudu, Patihara, Telugu Battudu, caste title for goldsmiths. So this becomes a caste title. So the name given is related to the artificer tradition of goldsmiths who were working with different metals and became artificers. So the word Kollam Pattarai is a blacksmith's workshop. Kollam Ulaikodam. So bhakti also can be seen as a possession, bhakti. It can also be in the Vedic context, or worship or devotion in Chetaswara Parishad, Bhakti Chitra or drawings. So the Bhakti Chitras, these are all drawing systems. So Oriya follows the same tradition in the script, where it creates the Navagunjara image on top of the Jagannatha Mandiram of animals joined together in Navagunjara, and animals joined together. So there is Bhakti Chitra. So a writing system using sculpture. So it can also be Bhakti, decoration. Pakratam Bhakti as devotion. Bhaktika is a dependent, is also a retainer. Nityabhattika, a fellow resident, a messmate, together. So this togetherness, this guild feature of merchants working with coal, iron, and pattar, a smithy or a forge, or a fada, which is a metal manufacturing. Next, please. Now, let us go through the details of this fantastic imagery. Simply fantastic. In artistry par excellence, M295. Can you see 3 tiger heads fused into a one composition? So the artist is trying to show the guild nature, the composition nature, working together, the village, śālika, entwined tigers. So the entwined word is cāli, interlocking bodies. That is the equivalent word, cāli. The similar sounding word is śālika, village of artisans. Śālika is after studied in Kannada, śālika. Chala is all languages, workshop, village. Kul, we have seen, it's a composition of village of artisans. Composition of workers in a village. Kolopuli, big tiger in Telugu. Kola is a tiger. Similar sounding words, kol, furnace, forge. Kol, furnace. That's why the word comes. Cāli is interlocking bodies. Similar sounding word, shāl, workshop. Śālika, village of artisans. So the verbal expression is salaisu, joining of metals. So metals fused together, create alloys. So the orthography of the Harappan script corpora on the obverse of the seal, M295, we see this imagery of entwined tigers. So the artist is trying to emphasize the composition of collection of bodies, collected animals working together in the village of artificers. So the M1395 can now be seen as a composition of 6 bodies of tigers intertwined. Bata 6, so surrounding on Bata furnace, and 3 tigers, Kolmo 3, surrounding Kolimi smithy forge. So these are the words of Meduva that are sought to be conveyed by these imageries of M295 and M1395 of Mohenjo-daro. So this is now located in museum, National Museum, New Delhi, M295. Dated anywhere between 3300 to 1750 before Common Era. And there are also some signs of the script: standing person, rim of a jar, rim shown very clearly, and possibly the spine sign, which is very common. It also is seen in Mayiladuthurai zone, celt. Then at the bottom, we see some kind of a temple-like structure, an architectural feature. On the left side on the top, we see again that oval sign, focusing on the corner, Kanchu, and with 2 strokes, Sal. Sal signifying workshop. Kanchu Sal. Bronze workshop, brass workshop, bell metal workshop. Bell metal workshop of Karana for trade, and the helmsman carrying the cargo. Wherefrom? This is the temple. Kolel is the structure of the temple. Kolel also means a smithy or a forge in Kota language. So we are dealing with a smithy and a forge. The furnace produce, traded, from this village of artisans. Next, please. Now this tiger. On another seal from Dholavira. We got two sides of the Dholavira seal. And Mohenjo-daro has got another seal which shows a lady kneeling down. Same lady kneeling down. With a raised hand, upraised hand, with the tiger looking back with two horns, M1919. With a field symbol of the tree, tree, Putti smelter. Or it also be signifying a leafless tree, Ponda. Ponda, a circular hamlet, a division of a bauja or village, composed generally of one group of persons working together for the same profession. The horned tiger and the horned woman kneeling down with hanging breasts. The bovine legs of the person shows that she is ligated to a bovine indicating a dangar or blacksmith. Looking back, the tiger says, Kamar, blacksmith. It's a jumping tiger, Jal, sudden leap, śālika, joining of animals, joining of metals, Salaisu, joining of metal. Then there are spiny horns, singin, spiny horn, singi, ornament gold. Thus the ornament, gold working, gold smelting, artisan village. Horned lady plus the bovine legs of the lady, Tangar bull, Thakur blacksmith. In Oriya, Takara means decrepit hanging down of breasts. Very precise. So hanging down of breasts is ought to be indicated by this word Tangar. So the expression rebus, similar sounding, is Dokra Kamar. Dokra Kamar. Dokra Kamar are artisan cast using last wax technique. They use the last wax technique to produce metal objects. So the buffalo horns of the woman are Arana. She a wild buffalo, signifying Arana Smithy, rebus. On the Dholavira seal, we have a particular sign called Gontu, an ornamental appendage at the border of a cloth. In Telugu, similar word is Gota, a laterite or ferrite ore. Gota can also be equated to goldsmith, gold bride, or Gota, ingot or wedge. Or Goti, a lump of silver obtained from melting down laser fringe. Specific Gota sign. Then the sign on the Dholavira seal is Karu, pincers, tongs. No sounding, Ka, blacksmith. And some tile is attached to this sign, which is Kola, fishing tile, fish tile, Kolhe, smelter, working in iron, Kolhe. So, blacksmith working in iron is signified by this particular sign, which has got the fish tiles attached. Then the two linear strokes of the Dholavira seal, two, Dula, similar sounding, Dul, metal casting. So we seem to be dealing with Dokra Kamar, blacksmiths, Siropadu blacksmiths who use last wax technique to produce metal artifacts. There seems to be from same village, Patra village, Patra guild. Same guild, same caste, same Tula. Next, please. Now let's go through the details of the Dholavira narrative which matches with the Mohenjo-daro seal. I seek to demonstrate in this presentation that the two inscriptions of Mohenjo-daro and Talavera are a tribute to Dokra Kamar, the Sirapurdu blacksmiths par excellence of the Bronze Age, who made these dancing girls made of bronze in 3rd millennium before Common Era. Next, please. So let's go into more details of this Talavera plano-convex molded terracotta tablet. A crocodile is shown, Karu, Telugu is Karu, is crocodile. Similar same word in Skar, blacksmith, Kashmiri, or Karu, artificer, or a poet in Rigveda. And two crocodiles are shown on this Talavera tablet. Dula 2, Tul metal casting. So metal casting blacksmiths working with Sirapurdu technique. They are cars, blacksmiths. Karu, crocodile. So crocodile, metal casting, blacksmith. Car, blacksmith. Next, please. Let us get to the fantastic seal of the tiger entwined. You can go through the great detail. The words I have presented from number of languages related to the framework of the word kul, tiger, kul, working in iron, kullan. Karakola in Telugu, firing karakola, firing iron or cutlery. In Tamil, kollulai, kollan's forge, a blacksmith's forge. Kol, working in iron, kol toril, blacksmith. Kollan, these are Tamil words. Kul is the tiger in Santali. Kolu in Telugu is a tiger. Kolu puli, Bengal tiger. Telugu, very clear. Kolu. So the word kol signifies kul, tiger. Kol, working in iron. So relationship with this tiger, iron working village, other than working artificers. Kola, the name of a tribe in Prakritam, Kola. In Bengali, it is clearly explained this Kol means name of a Munda tribe. Compared to its Indo-Aryan languages, 3532. In Marathi, the tiger is signified also by a jackal, Kolhe, a jackal. But the rebus expression is Kol, Kolhe. Coals. The coals is a group of people. Coals, iron smelting workers, speaking a language akin to that of Santalis. This is a Santali dictionary. They are the coals. So coals, coal working in iron, kolulai, karukola, frying iron. So look at the association of words of in the Menuha language, all related to and focused on this imagining of the iron work, smelting work, working together, artisans, villages. So these are the imageries and the semantics communicated by this visual language of Menuha on M295. We'll go through it in detail. Kolel in Konda is a smithy. Kolel in the same language Kota means also a temple. Temple becomes a sign on M295, shown by the structure, a rectangular structure divided is signified by is intended to signify a smithy forge and a temple. Okay. Next, please. Now, let us go into a little more detail about this Karana word, Karana sign 2342. which is simplified in H1150 on 3 sides, with a person holding a staff on his shoulder, almost like a bovine legs. So he's a blacksmith. Karu. He's a Takura. Giant size is shown. Takura is a blacksmith. Tankar. Takur. It's also an image. Symbolism. It's an old man. Takur. It's also an idol. Assamese. Takurani is a goddess. Takar is a member of a clan of Rajputs in Gujarati. Punjabi, Takar, landholder. Thakur, lord, master, title of a Rajput in Kumani. Thakur, a term of address from Nepalis, from slave to master. Thakurani, Thakuri, clan of Chetris. Assamese, Thakur is a Brahman. Thakurani is a goddess. So the Thakur word can be attached to this symbolism on H1150. An idol, an imaging system, signifying a blacksmith. Next, please. Now let us look at it in color. This one H1150 which is comparable to the field symbol occurring on M1224, a standing person with horns and bovine features. Dangar, Takur. Dangar, bull. Dangar, blacksmith. Yaraka, upraised hand. Yaraka, golden cast copper. Kanach, corner. I am now looking at the signs. Kanchu, bell metal. Sal, splinter. Sal, workshop. Thus, bronze, bell metal workshop. Or Karana Shale, an office of writers. Dula duplicated. Dul, metal casting. Kolom 3, Kolmi, smithy forge. Kolmo rice plant, Kolmi, smithy forge. Thus, metal casting is native metal ingot forge. Metal casting, Dul. Then the sign E, which signifies a curry comb, Karido. Similar sounding word is Karadi, a tanner in Gujarati. Or it can also signify a Kamsako, a large size comb, signifying Kamsa bronze. Or Karada, day book account. So the another sign is Kara, it reflects the bangles, Kar blacksmith. So the artificer as a scribe is trying to convey the meanings of metal casting, steersman, blacksmith, working with iron, using these symbols. So the symbolic visual language writing system is seeking to convey these words. The standing person also can be seen as a body, med, related to the similar sounding word, metal, med, iron, copper, Mundarika, Ho, Slavic languages. Copper is med. So a steersman with spread legs, Karnaka helmsman, and med worker, iron worker, bronze worker, Karadi, eternal, and Karada, a equivalent word also may signify a debut cocoa, something related to the accounting system. So those are signified by these symbols. Next, please. Now let us go into the first scene that we started with. The two imageries of the elephant. In between there is a standing person and also a feeding trough. And the rightmost is the tiger looking back in the bottom register. So the med body, med iron, card stature, Kati body stature, card iron stone, Karnaka dual legs spread out, spread legs, similar sounding Karnaka helmsman, or Karani, Karanika, Karani, Karanika. It is a word applied to a supercargo of a ship, a responsible person for the cargo entrusted to him. He can also be a Karana, scribe, Karana, accountant, Karana, accounting, trade accounting. So he is also a steersman, a shipman, cargo manager, Karanika, Karani, on board a merchant ship, responsible for the cargo entrusted to him. In Tamil, the expression is Irumbu Kollam, iron blacksmith, ironsmith. Next, please. So, Kollam, Kol, blacksmith, Karuman, when Rome, Vidyu Kollan, Peruman, 207. Kollan in Tamil and Malayalam is related to the Tamil word Kol, Telugu word Kola. Blacksmith, artificer, career, smith, Oriya, good headman of people, smiths, Kol, Malayalam, smithy. So the Kollan is the headman of smiths. It's also calls an aboriginal tribe of iron smelters, speaking a language that doesn't akin to that of Santals. Now, these words known to these Santals, known to these Malayalis, known to these Tamil people, so the Dravidian and Mandalika languages use this word kol to signify some group of workers working with iron. Next, please. Now get back to this, where we started. How the artist is trying to signify a group of people, a village of artisans, craftsmen, blacksmith, iron implement merchants, armorers, or alloy metal casting, competent workers. Looking back, Kramara, Kol, Kamar, smith, Kola, tiger, Kol, Kolle, blacksmith, Kutaru, monkey, Kutaru, armorer. Next, please. Śāli, we have seen, śālika, village of artisans. It's ought to be signified by these tablets. The identical impressions of a group of animals, village of artisans, entwined into a śāli, a village, śāla, workshops, working with coal. That's why the tiger face, iron workers. Next, please. So the tiger motif, even in this broken seal, we can see of Lothal 49, is related to the words Kolu, big, great, Peddapuli, Kolupuli, Peddapuli, a royal tiger, Telugu. Kola, Chakal in Kolhe, in Marathi. It's equated to another same word, but meaning a jackal, a crying jackal, Rigveda, Krostru, Kotu, jackal, Kolha, jackal, Kolu, jackal. So the tiger word gets matched with jackal and gets these variations in semantic expansions, different pronunciations. So the same meaning base, semantic base. Kol calls the original tribe of iron smelters. Coal, oxidation of metals. Metaphor is koludal. So killing, imagery shown on some other seals, also signifies coal. Oxidation of minerals. So a metaphor is emerging out of the word coal. Coal, kill. Kill the metal, base metals and create something of value. So neutralize metallic properties by oxidation and removing impurities, producing pure metal. This is the work of the smiths. Next, please. These are the words which signify these expressions. So what is the core expression we want to convey? Working of smiths, working with iron, working in a forge, creating implements, beating down, hammering, grouping metals together, alloying. So the word kurku, in kurku, kola is a razor. In Maltese, the same meaning, kole. In Satali, holad is a razor. So they are making razors as shown on the antiquity of iron, evidence from Shavagalai, iron swords, metallic swords, metallic razors. Who is making it? The blacksmith. Karman, Vendron, Midulai, Kollan, Kolla. Collin, working in Kollan Patare. A smithy workshop. Kollan Patara is a blacksmith workshop. So these are the Tamil expressions and other language expressions. Next, please. Now focus on the word kul. Kul, tiger. If it's a young tiger, it's called panda, pandya. So now we know where the word pandya comes from. Half-grown tiger cub, tiger cubs. Kula is a village. Kol is iron smelter village. Plus Pandya. Pandya is a custom registrar. Scores of inscriptions document tiger narratives, which are catalogs of export trade products from Meluha artisans. Then now let's look at expressions in Marathi. There's a Pandya. There's a Pandya. Pandya. Hereditary officer of a mahal, record keeper, a registrar, clerk, head revenue officer of a district. So Pandya, custom registrar, there's a Pandya, an officer of the mahal. There's a Pandya. This corresponds to Kulakarani under the Patil. Is the same as Desha Kulakarani. Desha Kulakarana, office of Desha Kulakarani. He frames the general account from the accounts of the several courts or villages and Kulkarnis of the villages with the Mahal, a district accountant. So Kulakarni is a district accountant who compares the accounts from the Mahal, from the courts. Kulakarna is the office business or business of Kulkarni. An officer of a village of the Patil, his business is to keep accounts of the cultivators with government and all the public records. You have seen Kula signifies a village, a family, a group of people. Kula. Kulam. Next, please. Now let's again focus on this imageries that was thought to be conveyed on these seals, two seals, M310 and C17, Chanudara seal 17. The signifiers are obeisance or adoration, semiotics, interpretation of symbols. Coal is a smelter, trade of Eraka, copper, metal infusion. Kul, Kolu, Kolupuri, you have seen. Now let's look at the Yaragu, bowing down, adoration, Yaragu, Telugu means in Kannada to be bent, to make obeisance, to crouch, to come down, to alight, to perch. Then similar sounding word is in Telugu is yaragu, yaragu, above, namaskaram, in obeisance. In Sanskritam, the words are heraka, signified by the same adorned person on top of a tree trunk, tree branch. It's a spy, Yaraka, Yaraka. Yaraka, hero, a messenger, a spy. Yel to look at in Prakal. Eruk to play peeping Tom in Kota. Similar sounding word is Yarakam. Udupi in Kannada is a place, sacred Skanda. One of the 6 Padai video. Thiruverakam. Yaragat Toraituru Muriyan Tirumuruga. 199. Yaraka, metal infusion. Yaraka. That's why the Tiruvaragam relates to the people now working in Swami Malai. Zero-party workers producing these bronze images of Nataraja and so on. In Telugu, it's Tamil, it's Uruk. Telugu, same as Yaraka. Malayalam says Uruk, melting. Uruku, Urukuta. Uruku. Telugu, Yaragu. Yarakaddu. Meaning, pour metal into a mold. Similar sounding words, Arka. Tadbhava, Yarka, Yaka. Arka, copper, gold. Crystal. Yaraka is a metal infusion, mortal cast. So that's why we see that Yaraka sitting as a spy on a branch of a leafless tree is conveying these words, imageries of Kol, Yaraka, metal infusion, Kamara looking back to show that the blacksmith work is going on. Next, please. You can go through each of these symbols, match them with the words of the languages. Konda is a leafless tree. Kunda is fine gold. Kuti is tree. Kuti is a smelter. Konda leafless tree. Konda, circular edge or fence. A circular hamlet, different of a moja or a village. So I submit that this leafless tree signifies a circular platform seen in Harappa. Konda. Kamari, the slope signified in these 3 strokes. One is the sloped stroke. Kamari is declivity, Kamari work of blacksmith. Koda is 1, code workshop. 2 is Dula, Dul metal casting. So thus the sign with the 2 linear strokes and one a slanted stroke signifies the work of a blacksmith involved in metal casting. Then there's the cross, Dhatu, Telugu, cross. Similar sounding word, Dhatu, mineral ore. Next, please. What is this Chanavadara seal signifying? Kamar. A crack. Kamari, a declivity, which you have seen, signifies work of a blacksmith. Kamari, working of a blacksmith. So the Karmara, Kamadu, Karmara, Kamar, Karmakara, artisan, mechanic, Karmara, Karmakara, or Kamari, working for blacksmith, money paid for blacksmith work in Santali. Karma, blacksmith, Rigveda. Kamar, Karman. Tamil, Karma, Smith is a smith and smelter. Karma. Karmakara. Kamara, Prakritam, Pali, Prakritam. Blacksmith. Assamese, blacksmith. Cast of iron, non-Aryan, cast of fisherman. Kamar, blacksmith, Maithili. Karmasala, Smiti. Maithili, Karmasari. Bihari, Kamarsaya. Comparative dictionary of Indo-Aryan languages, 2898, 2899. Next, please. Now we can compose it. The seal 27. Seals of Chanudaro. Presenting it as iron furnace, metal casting, smelter, blacksmith workshop, and a warehouse. So kneeling position can also be mandi. Similar sounding word, manda, warehouse, workshop. So workshop, temple, so the words resonating in his mind, the scribe is trying to put forward in visual language. Kolume, kolume, furnace. Kol, working in iron. Kolle, blacksmith. Next, please. Kol, kola, M289. We can go to the detail of a corner, kanach. You know the oval sign, which signifies the iron furnace produce of the coals. Kanach, corner, kanchu, bell metal. Sal, splinter, sal, workshop. Then the fish is IO, IS, iron, alloy metal. Then fish fin of the sign is kambata, fish fin. Small sounding word is kambata, mint or coinage. Then the spine word, kana, spine or backbone. Kana is well possessed goods. Then karanda, bone shaped like a bamboo. Karanduya, backbone. Small sounding word is barado, spine, backbone. Baran, barat, mixed alloys, copper, zinc, and pewter. And the last symbol, Kara, Karnika, Karana, Karani, supercargo, Karnika, salesman, helmsman, Karana, accounting, trade, messenger. Next, please. M290. We can go to the detail. Again, in the context of Kolan Patrai, Kolhe Patar, Smelter's Guild, Kolan Molek Kudam. So now we are able to reconstruct the speech of the Menuhans of the third millennium using the words which are now retained in the memory in a number of Indian lexicons which are described, which describe the meanings of these words. The semantics of the word, like tanka, for instance, the leg, the thigh. Tanka mint. Of course, we have seen patra, hamlet or town. Telugu. Patti is an inventory, a row. So a number of words related to accounting, the idea of keeping documentation resonates in this visual language. We'll go through it in detail. I've given the references. Next, please. Now let's go back to the M310 of the Heraka person on the tree, on the leafless tree. Heraka is a spy. Heraka is copper metal infusion. Kul is a tiger. Kul is smelter. The script reads, again there is a temple sign. Kolel, temple. Kolel, smithy forge. Then Karu artisan, Karu pincers. Karnika, rim of a jar. Karani, supercargo. Karnika, helmsman. Next, please. Now, see how the word derived, the spy, Heraka word, and looking at, so the semantics of the visual language can be reconstructed using these lexical entries from all the languages of the Indian Spragbund linguistic area or language union. Heraka is a spy. Looks for, Herai, Prakritam, looking. Herno, Heriba, Hera, Bengali, Heriba, Oriya, Hera, Maithili, Herai, all related to seeing. Say a spy is watching from the branch of the tree. Heriyu, spy, Prakritam. Heriyu, spy, Heru. So look, Herna looking at, Herka, looking at. So the spy is looking and the tiger is looking back, looking up this way. Now you see, the words of the Malabar language can be reconstructed from the visual imagery of these signs on the Indus script corpora. Next, please. Deshakulkarani. Similarly, Kolu is a Petapuli, Kolu Puli is a royal tiger, Kolpuli. Kola, the jackal. You've seen that before. And Koli, metal covering. So look at the way the words produce similar meanings related to metalwork or guarding the treasure. Kamala, Kollan Kamalan. Kolla in Telugu. Treasure. Kol working in iron. Kollan Smith. So the semantics of these words find expression in the Indus script visual language and also in the language detailed by the semantics in language dictionaries. Next, please. Tiger looking back is presented also on other seals. Next, please. There is also a procession of animals, including a tiger looking back and a tiger. Both are shown. So a tiger and a tiger looking back. So the artificer, the artist, is trying to create distinct meanings of these two tigers. One tiger looks back, Kamara, blacksmith, another tiger, Kol. Then also on top, there is the crocodile holding a fish, which is Karu, Arka, Smith, blacksmith, Karu, Karu, which is an expression of a blacksmith, iron worker. Next, please. Now the details are also detailed in incredibly other seals, showing the work of killing, Kol, that crocodile, a person sitting in a penance, yogi, kamata is penance, kamata is coiner, mint. Next, please. So now just look at the imageries and match them with the words which this visual language signifies. Yaraka, looking back tiger, trunkless tree, and a lady joined to a bow, the back of the back part of a bull. Next, please. This imagery can also relate to this. Look at the tiger looking back, and the person sitting on the right side, seal, close to a blacksmith workshop of Vada. There's an anvil that is shown on top. So he's working as an iron worker, dignified by the hair. Hair is a car. Car is a hair. Rabbit. Karu is artificer. Blacksmith. So blacksmith workshop of a kamata workshop. Kamata is a workshop. Mint. Tiger looking back. Ramara. These are the words ought to be communicated. Next, please. So the syntax is compiled in this sign shown on this particular seal with a lid. So this rim of a jar sign is topped with a lid. Musa, to cover. Musa is a crucible. Musa, Muhi, Muha, quantity of iron produced at one time in a native smelting furnace. This is what Santali lexicon says. So plus the Karnaka lema of Jar Karna. So it's the accounting of quantity of iron produced in this crucible furnace. Next, please. Manda, we are seeing kneeling position. Manda. Med iron. Bhakturu. Bhakturu. Pattar. Mandi, kneeling position. Manda, warehouse. Manda can be also a shrine, a temple, mandir. Kuti, tree. So, smithy and the forge is almost a temple. It's divinized. It's divine. Where something of value is getting produced. A divine artification. Next, please. Fantastic scene. Segment from 478A, which shows the adherent in front of the tree. Kuti, tree, Kuti, iron smelter. So this Badani, the god of the who is guarding the tree, is a treasurer of a guild's smelter factory. H1144 tablet. So is an anthropomorphic narrative. The crooked buffalo horns. Who is chief of village? Kundi. H1141, the lid shown on the rim of the jar, is a Muha, crucible furnace output. So here we have seen H1144, tablet in bas relief, showing a headman, village headman, which has got a very clear sign 342, rim of a jar, written down, together with other signs of the script. Next, please. So the composition M478, M1676, H1676. Eraka is a jungle clearance, Erga. Upright hand is Eraka, Eraka metal infusion. So act of clearing jungle is shown on this seal, showing two men carrying uprooted trees, sorted by a person in the middle, outstretched hands. Eraka, metal infusion. Eraka, upright hand. And you can go through like this pie and all that. Next, please. Erga, jungle clearance, Eraka, upright hand, Eraka, metal infusion. Then other details. We'll go through in leisure. Kamara, working in metal. That's tiger looking back. Next, please. Just look at the imagery and the words. Next, please. Look at the words. Read through the words that relate to these imageries. All related to the metalwork. And messengering, trading, furnace producing. Next, please. Heraka. You can go through it again in detail, which you have seen before. Next, please. Some fragments of script writing on the interscript corpora. A lady with a double bun. Heraka is a spy on the tree, working with metal infusion. She is holding that great sign which signifies Kolmo, rice plant. Kolmi, smithy forge. Next, please. Smithy forge. Metal infusion. Sign 131. Next, please. Next, please. Double bun. Karo artificer, Kolmi smithy. Sign 162 is Kolomo, rice plant, Kolimi, smithy forge. Next, please. Khanda. So the flow has got a top. Flow is khandam, khanda water, khanda implements. There's a platform, meda, meda. So a platform on top of a flowing water. So implement, metal casting implements, metal casting iron implements. Then the fish sign on this M37 shows IS alloy metal. Then it's got followed by 4 short strokes, khanda, 4, khanda implements. Khanda is a jag, khanda implements. Next, please. Now we can go through the same again, the words and the meanings that we learned from the previous presentations related to the word called karnika. Next, please. Konda leafless tree, Bata worshipper, worship, Bata furnace iron, Barane offering of food to a demon, Baran Bharat, alloy, copper, tin, and pewter. Next, please. So Gregory presented these tiger seals in a list, most of which we have seen before. Next, please. Now the two bulls on a tablet, and there's a trunkless tree, a steep leafless tree, and a sign, and also a cartouche with 24 dots. Next, please. The two bulls under the tree, you can interpret with reference to the Konda, metal casting, blacksmith guild. We'll go through in detail. Next, please. I have given the details of the words that can be related to this imagery. Next, please. Then the same continuation. But look at the Telugu words. Koda Dauda is a young bull. Konda the Kode. Yudu Kodelu, pair of bullocks. Kode, Koda Trachu, young snake. Young youth is indicated by the word Kode. Young bull, Konda. Young bull, Koda, Kode. Next, please. The 24 dots can be explained, or can be explained as a pair of 4 times 3, 12. A pair of 12 is 24 dots, raised dots. So we can go through the components, 4 khanda implements, column 3, column forge. So that means with the forge implements. Raised dots are gota, raised pebble stones. Gota is laterite ferrite ore, or gota alike. Next, please. We can go to the script signs on this famous tablet, Varapa. Barado backbone, Bharata alloy metal, or car backbone, car blacksmith, Karnika, Karado Karikon, Karada daybook, account alloy metal. Next, please. Now we can see why the signs that are occurring in this Harappa become the most important 3 sign sequence. The spine indicating Kana, wealth or goods. The Ripa jar indicating Karana, accounting trade. And the E indicating Karikom, which is a daybook or Karado, alloy. Hard alloys. Next, please. Bharata Baran can be explained also in the context of the spine signal. Barado spine, Baran Bharata, Bharata. Bharatanche Bande. He produces brass vessels. Bharata vessels. Next, please. So the 1997 inscription is a guild daybook of Bharata metals. Next, please. The beautiful imagery connected with the shape of the Melina arborea leaf is called Kumuda. Kumuda signifies silver. Next, please. So in the Urdu Lugha, mentioned in cuneiform texts, related to 3 types of copper. Unambiguous assignment of artifact to any of these ores is not possible because isotopic fingerprints of ore occurrence are not unique. But the monograph presented by Begemann, Friedrich, and Schmidt-Schecker clearly showed that the copper was coming from K3 mines to energize the entire Bronze Age of the European continent. Copper from K3 mines. Next, please. Copper from K3 mines and the zinc work from Savar. Furnace resorts. Next, please. Now we can see why this tiger is shown with the drummer. Karna, Karnika, duplication of the vowel signs into some kind of wristlets. Then on the bottom we can see the smelting furnace of Savar. Almost on an industrial scale activities going on. Next, please. So the drummer is a mandari. Mandar is a furnace. We can see where the metalwork was going on the map of India. Next, please. Mandari is a smelting furnace. It's recorded in a fantastic document on the copper works at Shingana near K3 in the Shekhawati country. All the words that we have been going through are found in this report. Diya, hammer, Hattori, Tanki, Mandari, quantity of common sand. Kandari is a furnace, melting furnace. Mandari smelting furnace is a drummer. Image. Next, please. Drummer image. We will go through the meanings in leisure. You can also see the mouth of Vyokara. The tiger has the open mouth. Vyokara. Making the sound Vyo. Vyokara is a blacksmith. Next, please.
So the presentation is completed.
Yeah. Now we can see it in summary. How the words and visual language can be reconstructed by matching the imagery with the tradition of the Kul, tiger, village of artisans, śālika. So these words and expressions enable us to reasonably reconstruct and decipher the language spoken by the artisans in 4th millennium, roughly around 3300 before Common Era. This is my submission. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, sir. We will meet again in the next week at the same time. Those who are watching, please like and share with your friends, and also subscribe to the channel. I'm ending the stream right now, and we will meet in the next week, same time.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you.